When Destiny launched in 2014, it was lacking in many departments, one of which included exploration. Earth, Venus, Mars, and the Moon should have been exciting to explore, but they ended up being a chore thanks to pretty but boring landscapes and joyless activities to participate in. Thankfully, this is something Bungie is directly addressing with the sequel. Hardcore Gamer was invited down to Bellevue to check out Destiny 2's European Dead Zone, the new area on Earth which adds a whole new level of exploration. The EDZ may look fantastic, but does it provide enough meaningful content to keep players invested? The European Dead Zone is a dramatic change from the Cosmodrome. While Earth's last open area was mostly fields dotted with rusted ships and airplanes, EDZ is a quaint European village overtaken by a lush forest with more verticality and unique architecture, making a strong first impression. But its scale can be deceptive. While sizable to look at in the newly added in-game map, large sections of it are taken up by long, winding roads. Still, it's a gorgeous area to explore and more visually compelling than the vast majority of Destiny's worlds. Destiny 2 finally adds NPCs to the open areas, giving players someone to interact with while out and about. In the EDZ, that character is Devrim K, a suave sniper who resides in an abandoned church. While he serves as the area's vendor, selling weapons and armor, he's also the area's faction leader. While exploring the EDZ, players will collect tokens and materials which can be traded into K to earn faction reputation. Once you fill the reputation bar and hit level 20, a legendary engram will be made available, at which point the process of refilling the bar begins anew. Faction leaders are a step forward for Destiny's open areas, as it's refreshing to listen to other characters beyond your Nolan North voiced ghost, but Devrim K isn't enough. You'll still need to leave the EDZ to decrypt engrams and access your vault, so these open areas still don't give Guardians everything they need. Public events have gone from being the most boring things to do in Destiny to being some of the most exciting activities in Destiny 2. They're easy to find and participate in thanks to the in-game map and fast traveling system. What makes public events so exciting is that, if the right triggers are activated, they then turn into heroic public events. This changes the objective from something relatively simple into a more challenging task. For example, when tackling a Cabal extraction site, players will be attacked from above by a Cabal Thresher. If it's successfully destroyed, the heroic event will be triggered and a Cabal Volus will drop from the heavens. In another event, Guardians go up against a fallen Spider Walker that's protecting 3 shielded Scorch Cannons. Take down all 3 shields, and an additional 2 Spider Walkers will be sent in. It's surprisingly fun figuring out how to trigger these heroic public events, and Destiny 2 is good at rewarding players for participating in them. Whether you lose, win a basic event, or triumph in a heroic public event, you're still rewarded for your efforts. Now, adventures are the most story-driven activities players can participate in while exploring the EDZ. Presented on the map as an orange banner with a white sword, these task Guardians with following a series of objectives until they reach the inevitable boss. For example, one adventure in the EDZ has players track down the Taken deep in the forest. Players will push forward, defeating Taken as your ghost tries to figure out why they're here, and at the end, a giant Taken Cabal boss appears with a gimmick that players will need to overcome together. In this case, the boss's shields can only be taken down once all grunts are defeated. Adventures are quite lengthy and will consume a lot of time, but the player's enjoyment will hinge on how much they enjoy shooting waves upon waves of enemies. Light exploration comes to Destiny 2 thanks to Lost Sectors. These sectors are marked on various objects across the EDZ, with the entrances lying close by. Once found, Guardians will battle it out with an elite unit and their entourage. Successfully killing the elite unit will grant players a key to open a chest and earn some valuable loot. Lost sectors are extremely easy to find, taking away some of the fun of exploring the environment. All sectors can be found in a cave or room around where the symbol is found, which is a bit disappointing. It is nice to get some form of exploration, and the loot is well worth the detour, but we do wish it was more of a challenge that encouraged further exploration. Oh, and patrols also make a return, but they haven't changed a single bit from the first game and end up being meaningless busy work. The European Dead Zone is the most impressive open area Destiny has ever had. It's expansive, beautiful to travel through, and filled with entertaining activities like the public events and adventures. Unfortunately, patrols remain basic, and Devrim K doesn't quite solve the traveling back and forth between open areas and social spaces. Still, the European Dead Zone is a massive improvement over what came before, and hopefully the rest of the open areas can deliver a similar experience. Destiny 2 is out September 6th for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, with the PC version arriving October 24th. Stay tuned to this channel and hardcoregamer.com for further Destiny 2 coverage.